Hello and Happy New Year. 5 years ago, at the start of 2021, I wrote a story for my students about a tiny bird and an even tinier frog. I later turned that story into a book that is available on Amazon in both Spanish and English. For this third season of Simple Stories in English, each week I will share a chapter of that story. But first, here is an introduction to Zunzuncito's adventure. The island of Cuba is in the Caribbean Sea. It is only 90 miles from the coast of the state of Florida. Cuba is the biggest island in the Caribbean with 42,000 square miles. But it is not very big compared to other countries. Cuba is very interesting. It has a lot of biodiversity. There are mountains and plains. There are rivers, lakes, and the sea. There is a large variety of animals. There are some animals that only live on the island of Cuba. These are called endemic animals. One of the most special animals in Cuba is the hummingbird. A hummingbird is a small, fast bird. Its wings move very quickly. Hummingbirds suck nectar from flowers. They also eat very small insects. There is a special kind of hummingbird in Cuba. It is called the bee hummingbird. It has the name bee hummingbird because it is a very small hummingbird. It is as small as a bee. The bee hummingbird also has another name. In Cuba, it is called Zunzuncito, which means little zoom zoom. The Zunzuncito is only 2.5 inches long. It is the smallest bird in the whole world. In my book, Zunzuncito's Adventure, there is a bee hummingbird that is tired of being small. Being small causes problems for Zunzuncito. He doesn't want to be the smallest bird in the world. He wants to be big. Zunzuncito gets help from a special frog. It is a pygmy frog named Monty. Monty is also small. He is smaller than Zunzuncito. But Monty has an idea. He knows about a magic flower. When an animal or insect sucks the magic flower's nectar, he receives anything he wishes. So Zunzuncito and Monty have an adventure to find the magic flower. Zunzuncito has a wish. He wants to suck the magic flower's nectar and become big. On their way to the flower, Zunzuncito and Monty meet several animals from Cuba. They meet Maja, a boa constrictor endemic to Cuba that is 20 feet long. They meet tocororo, Cuba's national bird that bears the bright blue, white, and red of the Cuban flag. They meet Polly, a Cuban painted snail with a multicolored shell. Zunzuncito and Monty also meet dogs, cats, spiders, insects, and turtles. Some animals help the tiny adventurers, and others cause problems. Zunzuncito has a grand adventure. At the end of his adventure, he needs to decide what his wish really is. Does he really want to be big? Or does he want something else? I am very excited to share chapters of The Adventure of Zunzuncito with you in this season of Simple Stories in English.
The end.
Thank you for listening. Please tune in next week for the first chapter of Zunzuncito's adventure. You can find this copy of Zunzuncito's adventure on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle format. I will include a link in the show notes. A big thank you to Brianne Fagan for all of her beautifully illustrated artwork, which I will be using as the cover art for this season. This show is produced entirely through donations. If you would like to contribute to the show, there is a link in the show notes. You can donate through Small Town Spanish Teacher, through Buy Me a Coffee, Venmo, or PayPal. Today, I would like to thank Harasco, who said, "Thank you for your English stories." You are very welcome, Harasco. Thank you for your support. Please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and remember you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and my blog at Small Town Spanish Teacher. You can find a transcript of today's story as well as other stories and learning and teaching aids on my website, smalltownspanishteacher.com. This story was an original work by Camilla Given. Any resemblance to stories by other authors is purely coincidental unless otherwise noted. If you have an idea for a story or a story you would like read, feel free to email me at smalltownspanishteacher@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of future episodes of Simple Stories in English.